your tongue. It's all by your side. You got it took too long. You better. You got it took too long. You better. You got it took too long. You better. You got it took too long. You better.
More wholesome stories about discussing my gender with my students. So I have one student who, ever since I explained to my students that I was non-binary, it's been living in his head a little bit. I think that he is still confused and fascinated by it. It doesn't upset him, but it's something that, like, clearly he's, like, processing, because he'll ask me questions fairly often about it. So we are doing arts and crafts again. I guess arts and crafts is a good time to have conversations. Things are quiet, kids are focused. I'm walking around checking on how they're doing. So he and his friend are sitting down and drawing, so I go up to their table, and he goes, "Teacher Rebecca, are you ever going to decide if you want to be a girl or a boy?" So I say, well, it's not really a decision like that, and you don't have to choose between one or the other. I already figured out that I'm neither. Do I seem like a girl to you? Do I act like a girl? And he said, you kind of act like a girl and a boy. And I say, would you prefer if I acted more like a girl? And he kind of paused, and he was like, I think if you acted like a girl, I would be less confused. So I said, I understand that. I know that, I look like a girl, so it would be less confusing if I acted like one too. And I turn over to his friend and I say, what about you? Do you think I'm confusing? And his friend just goes, no. I say, do you think that I'm a boy or a girl? No. Oh, what do you think I am? I think you're a boy and a girl. And that gave me a certain amount of euphoria. Like, even though I don't identify as either a girl or a boy, I think what he was saying, being 8 years old, was that that's how he interprets me as a person. He interprets me as a blend. And that works, because that is in a way how I am. My gender moves, and my gender is not either. And I have both feminine and masculine qualities to me. So I'm glad that they're getting it, and I'm glad that they're curious too.
Hi, here's some things my students have said/done since I came out and changed my teacher name. You have a new name? Well, yes, it's a name that makes me a lot happier, and that's why I changed it. I like your new name. I do too, but it's nice to know I have your approval. Mix? You mean like mixing you up like cookie dough? If that's gonna help you remember it, yeah, cookie dough works. Excuse me, Miss K, It's Mix K! I did not ask them to do that. You guys are in 5th grade, so I feel like I can tell you this a little bit more. My new name is going to be Mix K, and I go by they and she pronouns. Yay! Woo! Yeah, Mr. is for boys and Miss is for girls. Well, I go by Mix Lovebug. What does that make me? Yep, my work here is done.
American and Western atheists in general, we gotta talk, alright? Because you guys gotta, kind of shut the fuck up sometimes. The reason I say America is because most atheists here are Christian. Not theologically, but culturally Christian. And if you think I'm bullshitting, think about how weird it is that we all just agree that the year is 2020 and you probably celebrate Christmas. Christianity is so dominant in ideology in America that the second largest religion, Judaism, is practiced by 2% of the population. And let's talk about that for a second, because you can be the most perfect practicing observant Jew and be an atheist. The religion and atheism are compatible. What I'm trying to say is if you're an atheist that's formerly Christian or is coming from a Christian dominant society, you need to stop trying to proselytize. You may think that you're undermining religious hierarchy, but what you're really doing is just replacing Christian hegemony with another type of Christian hegemony that's just atheist this time. It doesn't help anything, and it can be harmful to religious minorities that you don't understand.
So it's been announced that Donald Trump's next rally will be in Alabama.
I truly do not want to hear the argument that Donald Trump's base is not white supremacist anymore. Because if you are black and from either West Georgia, East Mississippi, or Alabama itself, then you know what Coleman is. Coleman is a straight up sundown town. If you are black, you do not stop in Coleman. If you need to get gas, then you better drive on fumes. If you need to eat, then you better eat the crumbs in your mouth out of from breakfast. And if you're thirsty, you better be drinking your spit, but we're not stopping in Coleman. I don't know how common sundown towns are in the rest of the nation. I don't know if y'all were taught about them. We weren't taught about them from school. We were taught about them from family. But it's literally listed here, category sundown towns in Alabama, Coleman, Alabama. When I said that base was full of white supremacists and KKK members, I meant it.
I haven't had sex in so long, I'm afraid I'll forget how to moan. What if I fuck up and I bark?
All dogs go to heaven and all cops go to hell. 'Cause man's best friend won't put a bullet in your head and a cop fucking will.
Hey there, TikTok. Quick update. First of all, I have another interview tomorrow at 2:30 for a teaching position at a school. So that's awesome, and I'm super excited about it. It's actually the same school where my current supervising teacher started for her first 2 years of teaching. So yeah, really, really excited. Hoping that goes well. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Secondly, for all of my fellow queer and /or non-binary teachers out there, how do you have your students address you? Because, like, I don't really usually go by Mr., and it makes me feel kind of awkward or uncomfortable, but I can't just have my students calling me by my first name, because that would be weird. So, what do you guys do? I kind of would like to know. Anyway, get back to me in the comments or something. Thanks.
What a beautiful wedding. What a beautiful wedding. Says the bridesmaid to the waiter. What a shame the poor groom's bride is a watermelon. No, I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of closing the door.
Like, what is the reason? It's just the vibe, I'm that guy.
Wait, this is one of the smartest things I have ever seen. You know when you're in the weight section and then there's loads of guys and you're like, I can't be bothered to be perfed on today. So you tie your jumper around your waist and now you don't even have to bring an extra jumper to the gym. And I also want to share this because I have a lot of hijabi women that follow me. And one thing I'm going to do is support my hijabi women, yeah? So if you're hijabi women and you often bring a jumper to the gym for that reason, you guys need to go get that. What?
If you say ACAB and support veterans and support the military.
I saw Ivy stitch this and I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. Basically, he said if you're a leftist, if you're ACAB, and you support veterans of the military, you're an idiot. So let's examine this argument with some empathy first. At first glance, the baby leftist will think this is a good idea. We'll be like, of course, well, the military represents capitalism and imperialism and war crimes, so of course I wouldn't want to support the military. And no, you shouldn't support it as a conglomerate. But saying that we should not support veterans is just literally counterintuitive to your own beliefs, and let me tell you why. The majority of soldiers of people who are enlisted in the military are poor people that the military has preyed on specifically with some promise of tuition assistance, financial security, whatever. They're kids who barely understand what they're doing, and then once they've sold their bodies to our state and their bodies are destroyed, they come back and they barely get help from the state. It's unfortunate, and we should be supporting them.
Hey, can I pop shit? I might bottom on the low, but I top shit.
Five facts to fight diet culture.
The idea that we cannot govern our own bodies is rooted in European colonization. Diet culture is not rooted in health, it's rooted in power. Your body needs food.
You don't have to earn it or burn it off. The harm starts young. Children internalize fat phobia by the age of 5. Diet culture is fat phobia.
It can't be reformed, it must be abolished.
I wanna be me, who I really am, not who you want me to be. I love who I am, yes I'm different and that's what I want you to see. I'm not like other girls, I don't like tight jeans, I don't wear tight shirts. I don't like wearing heels, don't like how it feels on wet tight skirts.